So I often hear from parents, what can I do with my child? Can you give me some new activities or ideas that I can use? And activities together are really relationship building, they're bonding time, they're fun. Often we can throw in some educational components, some learning, or some exercise and health benefits. And it's really fun to come up with some new things and add to your inventory of things that you can do together as a group, as a family, and with your kids, with individual parts of the family, perhaps as well. So, the activities that I'm going to talk about today, and I'm going to be sharing 15 with you, these are really low cost, limited time activities. You don't have to plan way in advance. I'm not going to be talking about big, expensive vacations or expensive equipment or gear or expensive programs that you have to sign up for. I'm going to be talking about simple things you can do any day, anytime, low cost, limited time, not much budget, usually things you have around the house. I want to make this simple and easy so that you can do it together. Let's just do it. Let's add these new activities. So I'm Dr. Ellen Ettinger. I know that we have some new people joining us today. So I do want to welcome the new people joining us. And I do want to make sure that you know that you are in a place that's a full scope place for parenting, families, work-life balance, building success at work, building success at home with family, helping kids through developmental issues and challenges, working on personal growth for yourself and your kids, decreasing stress for yourself, decreasing stress for kids, all types of issues. And again, each week I will come to you with a video on a particular issue, a specific, very small area that we want to go into depth in. And over time, we'll touch all these areas. I do work with clients on coming up with a program that is applicable to them and their families with all of the areas. So if that is something that interests you, we can do that. Today, on this video, I'm specifically going to talk about a really important topic. How do you create activities, spending quality time with family? So again, I'm going to be sharing 15 tips and activities with you. So let's get started on the activities. And the first one is a really very, very simple one. And we often just don't even think about it. It's that simple. But the first one, number one, is go outside for walks together, outdoors, outside the home. It really can help clear the mind and relax the body. So if there's a walking area out of your house, or maybe there's a park or a playground nearby, again, going for a walk is a great way to clear the mind and relax the body for all the people on the walk. And when you relax and your body is relaxed, it's a great time to have those conversations and start talking and get your kids talking about what's on their mind. So you can go for a walk and have a conversation and really chat as you're walking. Again, it's no cost, no expense, no equipment, no gear, no prep time. Just walk, relax, enjoy, and talk. Number one, go for walks together. Number two, exercise together. So what do you like to do? Running, yoga, other types of sports, and it can be informal playing, or it could be more formal, some classes or in-person or video, something that you will enjoy together. And there are many, many choices, but sports together is bonding time, it's fun, and there are health benefits. So number two, exercise together. Number three, read together. So pick a variety of different types of books over time. And I like to tell parents when you're reading together with kids, feel free to stop at times and have a conversation. Like, even bring up what just happened. What did this character say? Or what did they do? Or why did the author put this here? Or some kind of conversation as you go along. And especially when you get to the end of a book, chat about what happened. What were the challenges here? What do you think of the characters? Was a character kind or creative or funny or smart or mean or helpful? What do we think of the characters? And how did the author show that? How do we know that the character was that way? What challenges did they have? How did they face it? And depending on the age of your child will be the depth you can get into the conversation. But even young kids, if they're verbal, you can start some conversation. And I say read to kids even when they're not verbal, because they can understand a lot more than they can express at those early ages, and make reading a fun experience, an enjoyable experience. If they see you enjoy reading, I think it really is contagious. It rubs off on kids. So, number three, read together. Number four, art projects together. So those of you who know me know that I'm a big fan of art projects together. No matter if you think you're artistic or not, or creative or not, I think there are ways that we can express ourselves very simply and create something as a family. So there are a few ways that I talk about doing it. One is just to take a big cardboard and post it somewhere, and everybody in the family can get a space, and they can all put in their space what they want. You can paint the background a particular color or particular colors. And again, you can take a marker and split up, and everybody gets their particular area, or everybody can take turns going up for a little while and put in their contribution where they want. Or you can have a few people at the cardboard at different areas. And again, you can use what you have at home: markers, crayons, paints, colored paper, and glue sticks. Again, you can make that up and do it simply. And it's fun because you start out with a piece of blank cardboard and you end up with something that the family created together, and you can keep it over time. So again, you can do a cardboard from an old box, or you can use a poster board that you can get, or you can just put papers together, or it could be that everybody gets their own piece of paper and you just sit and hang out together, and everybody's working on their art projects and talking and hanging out together. So 4, artwork together. Number 5, music together, just for fun. It doesn't have to be anything formal. Even if you put on some music and get up and just move around and dance, what's more fun than getting up to music and moving? So it's an opportunity for fun, for sharing, again, more bonding time. There's a lot of education in music. There's a lot of math in music, and social skills and creativity, and most important, fun. And it can be informal, again, just like I said, you just decide you want to do something together, put music on and get up and move and dance. Or there can be more formal classes, online, virtual, in person, whatever works. Again, number 5, music together. Number 6, dance together. And again, music and dance are very, very related. So sometimes in music, we're learning an instrument or playing an instrument or singing along to music. In dance, we want to have that music in the background somehow. whether it's a formal class or just putting on a video or just bringing up some music together. And again, music together is fun. So 6 is dance together with some nice, fun music. 7, eat together. And we really should have some eating together every night for dinner, even if we're busy during the day. But for dinner, a lot of families do what I call sitting at the table together, but eating alone. You just are, everybody's sitting around the table and people are just sitting themselves or looking at their cell phones or devices. And I say dinner time should be a time when we should be free of cell phones and devices. We should be putting them away. And while we're eating, we can be sharing about our day. So you may want to share something about your day and ask your kids, how was your day today? What did you do? Who did you see in school? Who did you play with? What was your favorite part of the day? Any issues, any difficulties during the day? It's really a good time to chat with everybody. Again, more bonding time, social activity, and really keeping up to date with what's going on. So again, eat together, number 7. Number 8, cook together. So what do your kids like to eat? Find some recipes. And maybe even for some dishes that they like, find recipes that can substitute some healthy ingredients for some of the less healthy ingredients. So you may want to do some daily meal options, main courses or side dishes, just to supplement some main dishes that you make with the kids, or baking, maybe birthday cakes for family occasions, or holiday cakes, or cookies for special occasions. And cooking has a lot of skills. You're following rules, following directions and recipes. It's planning, it's organizing, it's measuring. So there are a lot of skills, and it can really be fun if we do it together. So number 8, cook together. Number 9, and this is really an important one to think of as a family activity together that can be fun. Number 9 is pick an area of the home and clean the home together. We usually, and parents tell me, oh, I'm used to yelling at my kids, clean your room, or this area is a mess. But we can really make cleaning the clutter a fun activity if we do it together. So plan maybe a half an hour in the family room or a den or a living room or a child's room and make a plan. We're going to clean this area. We're going to make a new book area here, or an art area, or a reading nook, or we're just going to organize your toys so we can find them. And maybe you could put some music on in the background so that we can really make that cleaning time a fun time and a togetherness time rather than a yelling and screaming and resenting time. We can build that area of life, that cleaning, again, into a more enjoyable activity that we can do together and that we can get results out of it. Number 9, clean the home together. Number 10, enjoy family photos. So we often take so many photos and they sit on our camera, and sometimes they sit in family albums and family books, and often we hardly even go back and look at them, except for some that stick out in our mind that we bring up occasionally. But we very often look back at the bunch of them and really enjoy the experiences we had. So take out those photos, organize them, make photo albums or photo books of family memories, or go through and enjoy together the photo albums and the books that you have. Show them some of your photos from when you were growing up, maybe even some relatives that they may not have gotten to meet. And kids usually love seeing photos of their parents when they were growing up. So that is really a fun thing to do and talk about. I once took an old photo out that I showed my daughter of when I was really young. And my daughter said to me, I don't remember seeing that photo of me, meaning her. And what we realized is that she thought my baby photos looked a lot like her baby photos. And she thought when I showed her that photo, which was really me, she thought it was her and didn't recognize where she thought she was. So we refer to that photo of the photo of me that she thought was her. And we laugh about that photo sometimes, and we enjoy taking it out. Just look at it and have a little chuckle together. I also love every once in a while to take out photos of my father to show my daughter because she never got to meet him. He passed away way before she was born. And I love showing her pictures of how he's smiling. And she looks at the pictures and I think feels that she's getting to know him a little bit more. Unfortunately, she never met him, but she sees things he did and how he smiled. And I always tell her how kind he was. And so I think it's a helpful way to learn about someone through photos. So again, number 10, look at family photos or any types of photos of your family together. That brings us to number 11. 11, play games together. So there are so many fun games available. Depending on age, you might want to pick, specific types of games. But you don't need formal equipment and big, fancy, expensive games. Many of the simple old games are really the old, true, tried and true and trusted activities. And again, game time or game night is bonding time. It's fun time. It's relationship building time. And there are some real true educational components of games. You have to learn the rules. You have to follow the rules. Often you have to anticipate and think ahead of what's happening. You take turns. There are many social skills. So game time is a lot of fun. It's relationship building. And there are actually a lot of benefits that we can get from it. So again, 11, play games together. And number 12 is one of the ones I really like. Write a letter or a card or an email to someone together and make it special. Maybe a grandparent or an aunt or uncle or a friend or neighbor. And write it together with your kids. Tell them how you appreciate them or thank them for something in particular or just general or how you miss them. You may want to send them wishes. I hope you're going to have a great vacation, or happy birthday. I can't wait to see you, or whatever is going on in their life. It's communication. And if you write a card or a letter or an email that somebody doesn't expect, imagine their surprise and the joy that they're going to have. So you can enjoy doing it with your child and your family, and and anticipate the joy somebody's going to have when they get your communication. So 12, write a letter or a card or an email to someone. 13, talk together. So engage in conversations and discussions. Always keep an open line of communication open. And so if you're sitting around, just ask even a general question. What's going on? How are you doing? Anything new? And see what they say. And then you might want to get more specific. What friends have you been hanging out with in school? What events are going on in school? Anything special? And there's a great family line of questions. What specific events do we have going on this week? How can we prepare to have a more smooth, organized, peaceful week this week, where we're planned and organized and there are fewer surprises? That's a really good line of questioning to do at a family meeting. And again, those of you who've worked with me know that I'm a big fan of family meetings. I do have a special video on how to create successful family videos on YouTube. So you might want to go and watch that if you're interested in that. And again, any opportunity for having those conversations and discussions keeps that line of communication open. And it can really be anything. It could be, if it's before a holiday time, what do you like about a particular holiday? If it's about school, what do you like about your teacher? Or is there anything in school that you find difficult in school or that your teacher does? What have you been doing in school? Any special units in school? So again, number 13, talk together. And that brings us to number 14. And 14 is movie time or video time. So I do always remember that we want to limit screen time to some extent, but watching together at limited times is really fun and valuable. And again, it's relationship building, it's bonding time. And afterwards, we can discuss what happened in the movie, what the characters did, what challenges they might have faced. What about the music in it or the scenery in it or the scenes that we saw people did things? So again, movie time and video time is number 14. And number 15, I really love also. 15 is find something new to do together, to learn together. So maybe it's a new language that you want to just start with and join with your family to investigate, or a new musical instrument, or a new dance, or yoga, or some exercise that you want to do. Pick something maybe that's outside your usual habit zone, your general comfort zone. If you're not into comedy, look up jokes and tell each other jokes. Or if you haven't danced with music to a particular dance, learn it together. Or a sport. The key here is to learn something new. And let your child see you vulnerable, willing to try something new that you can do together. And it's fun to do that. It's a lesson for a child that parents can be new to something and they can look at it as an adventure and fun to learn something new. So you can negate the fear and bring in the adventure to learning something new together. So again, number 15 is just find something entirely new to do. Let your child see you vulnerable and engage in an adventure together where you're all learning something new. Again, whether it's a dance or yoga or a language or something musical, enjoy something new. So again, we talked about 15 tasks and ideas of family time and how that family time can really be relationship building, bonding time, building social skills, throwing in some educational skills, sometimes some health benefits as well. And I think that I especially tried to throw in activities that are low expense. You have most of the things you need around. I'm not suggesting activities where you're going to have a lot of money to buy equipment or gear, where you have to plan way in advance, like vacations or expensive programs. There are so many things you can engage in for low budget, limited time, right there, any day, any time, any night, where you can just do it together. And again, the key is to enjoy time together. So I hope this was fun. I'd be really interested, and I'm going to really invite people to write in the comments, what were your favorites of the 15? What did you like the best? What are the first ones that you want to go and do? I'm going to ask you as well to click the like button and subscribe and share this with others that you think may find this useful. And remember that this is a full scope place. So each week I'm here with different topics that are really important to families and parenting and work-life balance and personal growth for adults and kids and cutting the stress in life for all of us. So again, know that you're in a full scope place. I will be back again next week with another topic. So I wish you a good week until then. Feel free to join in during the week, and I will see you next week with a different topic. So until then, be empowered, and let's talk again soon.